Crazy details have been revealed on the return of New York Knicks big man Mitchell Robinson, who is yet to play in a game all season, but is in the best shape of his career as he prepares to return to his New York Knicks squad, and the fit that Mitch believes he will have on this team and the help he'll give. And this will have a major implication on Mitch potentially getting traded over the NBA offseason. And we're going to break all of this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. And guys, if you're enjoying the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you're part of that 67.5% who's not subscribed to the channel yet, and you want daily New York Knicks news, rumor reports, updates on trades and signings, and the buyout market, eventually free agency, once TikTok is back, I will be sure to make more of those and some YouTube shorts, not to mention some great live streams that you guys don't want to miss out on. But let's jump into the video, guys. We have a lot to discuss on Mitchell Robinson. As Mitch, the longest tenured New York Knick, has not played a game all season as he's recovering from a foot injury, which was initially expected to be around a 3 to 4 month recovery period that has now turned into nearly 9-10 months. So Mitch obviously has taken a long time to recover from this injury, and he spoke to the media for the first time all season. Mitch, he's very active on TikTok and on Instagram and on Twitter, talking about his life, talking about a lot of stuff. I mean, he's always on Snapchat. It's the Hassan Whiteside revival, guys. But or reincarnation, if you will. But Mitch, he doesn't speak to the media a lot. He doesn't love getting interviewed. Like, it's just, he's not comfortable getting interviewed very clearly, which is fine. No one has to be. And, well, he finally did sit down for an interview with a few of the Knicks reporters, and he talked about a lot. And James Edwards mentioned that the expectation for Robinson was to be ready for training camp ahead of this season, but then his return got pushed back to December or January. Robinson didn't commit to a return date, but implied that it could be sometime in the near future, saying that he's just taking it day by day the best he can and just trying to get 100%. That's his main goal. He said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there so that it doesn't happen again, meaning the injury. That's part of learning and growing. I'm just going to focus to make sure this doesn't happen again. I ain't trying to keep having these sit-outs and setbacks and stuff like that. This time, I'm going to play it smart. Usually, I'd be young and dumb to just go out there and try to get back as fast as I can. I can't do that no more. Mitchell Robinson being very clear about his return and how he just does not want to get re-injured, which absolutely mirrors exactly what the New York Knicks have been saying for months. The reason why Mitchell Robinson isn't back is not because he's not healthy enough that he can't play. If this were the NBA Finals, if this were the conference finals, hell, if it was any round of the playoffs, Mitchell Robinson would probably be playing right now, but the Knicks want to ensure he's 100%. They brought him back early last time around, and the reasoning was because the Knicks needed another big man. They needed Mitchell Robinson for the playoffs. Mitch was an X factor against the Philadelphia 76ers. This is not me trashing Isaiah Hartenstein or me being salty that Isaiah Hartenstein left. I'm very happy that Hartenstein got his money and is having success, but Hartenstein could not guard Joel Embiid. He's just not strong enough, which is fine. He's good at literally everything else. He's also an elite defender in his own right. He just wasn't strong enough to handle one of the biggest, strongest, heaviest players in the NBA. And Mitchell Robinson, on the other hand, he could handle that. And he gave Joel Embiid the business to the point where Joel Embiid had to pull Mitchell Robinson's foot down in something that is the main reason why Mitchell Robinson has not played a game all season, is because Joel Embiid injured him further. Mitch, he already was injured, but that is what put it over the top and added a lot more damage and irritation to an already stress-fractured foot. So it led to just this whirlwind. So thanks, Joel Embiid, given the Philadelphia 76ers absolutely suck. So what are you going to do? And Embiid probably going to need another knee surgery or whatever. Karma, you know. And Mitch, well, he's taking the slow grind back as he just wants to be 100% healthy for his team. Mitch wants to be out here. He really does love basketball a lot. That was a big question because the way that he left Western Kentucky. I mean, the man essentially left Western Kentucky because he just didn't like the way he was being coached, saying, I didn't want to be woken up at 6 a.m. by somebody telling me I'm doing something wrong when I'm not doing it wrong. It frustrated him. He left. He worked out for a year and then went to the NBA draft and fell to the second round after being an insured lottery pick. And, I mean, he plays like he was a lottery pick. The man's phenomenal. He's one of the best rim protectors in basketball. He's the best offensive rebounder in the game. And we could tell that the man does love the game, or he wouldn't be working so hard to get back and taking this slowly. He doesn't want to get injured again. Injuries are not fun. Everyone knows that. And Mitch is just doing whatever he can. He's doing whatever it takes to be fully healthy so the Knicks can be at their best in the playoffs. The Knicks clearly need another big man. It's not a debate. Precious Achiuwa is not a center. He's a power forward. And on top of that, Ariel Hukporti, who does look very, very promising for the future. In his first season with the Knicks, obviously he's a rookie who was picked 58th overall. It's just taking its time for Ariel to adjust to the NBA game, and he's adjusting well. I mean, his movement is great. He just needs to learn how to ice screens better instead of playing drop coverage on everything, and or try to switch on to everything. He either wants to switch or play drop coverage instead of doing the ice maneuver, which is where you force the ball handler towards the baseline, you cause a trap, hence the Tom Thibodeau trap defense name. So, since Hukporti doesn't do that, and Mitch does, it's going to be just another one of those things that Mitchell Robinson is just there for. And Mitch also has been open to mentoring Hukporti. He's already said that. But Mitch has been good throughout his NBA career. He's a career 8-8 guy. Last season, he put up 5 points and 8 rebounds per game, which is down from these career averages. But what happened was he was putting up 6 points and 10 rebounds per game and 5.5 offensive rebounds. But then he went down with that foot injury, comes back early, and then goes down again. And he was playing injured for a while, so it ruined his stats. And he obviously played less minutes as Isaiah Hartenstein stayed in the starting lineup and Mitch stayed on the bench because, well, Mitch was coming back from a stress fracture and Hartenstein was balling out because Hartenstein's the man, as we all know. So Mitch came off the bench, the block nest monster. Not used to coming off the bench, but did early on in his career as well after being the Knicks starting center for a bit. And now he'll come off the bench again with this team. I know a lot of people are like, no, he's going to start. Look, it's been confirmed that he's going to come off the bench first of all. And you really think a guy who's missed 9 straight months is going to jump right back into the starting lineup when he's not some NBA superstar? No, he's not going to. And that's fine. He doesn't need to. Mitch is going to be fine. It's not something people have to worry about. I understand why people are worried about it. But Mitch is really, really working to be 100% as I need to take a sip of my tea. Big sip. But look, Mitchell Robinson, he's just a phenomenal talent when he's on the court. The Knicks need him on the court or they're going to be hopeless in the playoffs. They need more rim protection. It's evidently clear that as good as Achiuwa is, he's too small to do it against some guys. Mitch adds more versatility to the team because you can move Cat to the 4. You could still then have some nice lineups out there with a 4 out, 1 in, with Mitch being the one guy in and Mitch getting all those offensive rebounds that no one else can get, which leads to more kickouts, and kickouts from offensive rebounds are the highest percentage of open threes taken in basketball. So Mitchell Robinson will add another aspect to the game. Meanwhile, it just gives Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby less pressure to allow blow-bys, because if they do, they have the friggin' block nest monster waiting to just swat that shot and send it to a different dimension, which is very helpful. I mean, he just fits so well onto this team for what the Knicks need. It's why they didn't make a move at the trade deadline. They trust he's going to be healthy. If the Knicks didn't believe in Mitch, they would have traded for a rim protector. That's why they didn't. That's why there's no sense of urgency to get a big man. This is their guy, and they trust him and are waiting for him. Now, Hukporti, again, has been solid, putting up 1.7 points and 2 rebounds a game in limited minutes, but he is finally getting some burn, which is really nice to see. And he's looked good, and I think he is the center of the future. He's just not the center of right now because he's a rookie and he's just still learning the game, but he looks really good. And I mean, at the end of the day, how could you forget this? One of his first moments in the NBA, just yamming all over Evan Mobley's entire life. Somehow that was an offensive foul. I'll never understand how. We're just going to watch it again because he just, decimated one of the best defenders in basketball. And Mitchell Robinson, who's stronger than Hukporti, who's stronger than Evan Mobley, can dominate the Cleveland Cavaliers in the paint. We've already seen it with that playoff series in 2022 when Jared Allen and Evan Mobley got torched by Mitch. Mitch just made their lives miserable, and it worked really well for the team, and the Knicks won the series in 5 games, and Mitch was the massive X factor who got things done. Now, Mitch, he had a lot to say, and he said that he's just going to continue to do what he does best, which is get offensive rebounds, block shots, and defend, and he said he can't wait to see how it goes. I mean, he's just a perfect fit with this team. And Tom Thibodeau is going to love when he has that rim protector, rebounder on offense, elite defender back. Like, he's going to be so thrilled. Mitch is going to get some good minutes in. It's going to be that slow, gradual growth in minutes, but he's going to get there, and he's going to play eventually around 26 minutes a night, for the Knicks. There will be potential starting games and playoff series where the matchups make more sense, and we'll see that, and it'll be really exciting to see. And I'm so excited to see this man back on the court. I mean, how could you not miss the way that Mitchell Robinson plays basketball? The man just catches lobs. He's a great rebounder, as we all know. I mean, look, it literally looks like there's no one down there with him when he's just going for offensive boards against this Nets team. And mind you, this is when Mitch was injured. This is a game that Mitchell Robinson was injured, and he was playing. He had a foot stress fracture, and he made it look so easy against the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, we're aware that we're seeing big guys down there, and Mitch just is like, no, you're nowhere even close to me. It's insane. Mitch is just so talented, and he doesn't get the respect he deserves in the NBA, if you ask me. I think he's one of the most underrated players in basketball. And James Edwards did mention that after the season, Robinson, who is the franchise's longest tenured player, will enter the summer on an expiring contract, and how he performs, if he could be available, may determine his future with New York. The franchise that drafted him in the second round of the 2018 NBA draft, the Knicks have a little wiggle room financially and are stuck with a top-heavy roster for the foreseeable future with all their contracts, barring an unexpected shakeup, which probably won't happen. If anyone gets traded, it's going to be OG, and I think that's going to be 3 years down the line, so not something we have to think about right now. Robinson's $12.9 million salary next season could be used to help bolster the roster in other ways. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm pretty darn sure that Leon Rose is going to trade Mitchell Robinson in the offseason, so the Knicks can move forward with a cheaper option in Ariel Hukporti, as well as just use Mitch's contract as a tradable deal, free up some more money, then use your mid-level exception on someone else. I imagine that's what the Knicks are going to do. I'd be surprised if they did anything else, but while Mitch is on the New York Knicks, I cannot wait to watch him play basketball for them because he is my favorite Knick. So I'm just really excited to watch Mitch come back and play. And look, right now, Precious, being the Knicks' backup center, is putting up 6.5 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 0.7 blocks per game. He's not a bad defender. He's a great defender. In fact, the problem is he's just too small. Well, Mitch is 7 feet tall. We don't have to worry about that. So, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like this video, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Have a great day. Go Knicks.